tortured in custody. The Supreme Court has used Article 142 to secure complete justice in several brutal cases of crime, in several civil matters as well, including divorce. Supreme Court has used this extraordinary power to secure complete justice to Indians, be it with regard to environment, the impact of pollution, then in many other important matters. Supreme Court has invoked Article 142, used this extraordinary power to protect the genuine rights of the people. It's not that Article 142 has always been misused. Yes, it is debatable, it is questionable. But at the same time, you need to know that Article 142 has served a big purpose. It has helped the Supreme Court to deliver complete justice when the governments have failed, when the Parliament has failed. In the absence of a law, in the absence of a policy, where citizens' rights are being compromised, Supreme Court has stepped in, used this extraordinary power of Article 142 to secure complete justice to them. So how can you call it judicial activism and despotism? But again, let's keep it a very fair and unbiased discussion. We are not just here to criticize the Vice President or what statements were made by the Vice President. Let's look at the opposition as well. Today, the Congress and the other parties are criticizing the Vice President for targeting the Supreme Court. Let me tell you, the very same Congress party and other parties which are in the opposition, when they were in government, even they were criticizing the power of judicial review. Whenever judgments went against the government, governments have been critical also. This has been the reality. If Supreme Court is passing judgments in favor of government, then governments are happy. Be it the current government or the previous government, we have seen this with every government.
अगर गवर्नमेंट के फेवर में दोगे तब ठीक है.
But when judgments go against them, that is when the criticism comes up. That is when the question comes up: that is the Supreme Court abusing its power of judicial review? Is the Supreme Court becoming a despot? So how can this be fair? Today the opposition which is criticizing the Vice President and the ruling BJP should be reminded that Jawaharlal Nehru, when he addressed the Constituent Assembly in 1949, he himself had warned about the possible intervention of the Supreme Court which could undermine the powers of the government and the Parliament. Very similar to what Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar has said, very similar to that, Pandit Nehru had made a similar observation to the Constituent Assembly. He had said, if the Supreme Court intervenes and it oversteps the jurisdiction, and if it steps into the domain of the government or the Parliament, then governments will be pushed to appoint those judges who will favor the government. That's what his daughter did eventually. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, during the emergency period and right before that, she went for supersession of judges. I'm sure you would have read about this. So governments tend to show this tendency where they appoint judges. Since governments do play a role, they try to fill the judiciary with pro-government judges, expecting pro-government judgments. Nehru had warned about this.
बस यही जगह है जहाँ पे हमको थोड़ा सा दिक्कत होता है.
Because Jagdeep Dhankhar also has a point, a valid point. What extent can the Supreme Court intervene? Where can we draw that line? Please understand, the Vice President of India is also wrong. The ruling BJP is also wrong in targeting the Supreme Court.
सही बात है. अच्छा पहले मतलब केवल उनका लास्ट में बात किया जाता है. हाँ वही मैं बोलो गलत तो था ही.
Most of the judgments have been in favor of the government. How? Now take for example demonetization. Petitions against demonetization.
यहाँ मेरे को मजा आता है. अपना गाड़ी दिखता है मेरे को.
The Supreme Court upheld demonetization. It did not pass any unfavorable judgments against the government. Take for example the political crisis in Maharashtra. Supreme Court essentially protected the BJP Shiv Sena coalition government